Black House Talk. 3 different locations today.
Well, not 3. We're here together.
Why are you so clear?
I don't know.
Cool.
She's clear now. We've got Fanele and Ntuli all the way from Durban Gen, an actress, a budding star,
a celebrity.
A celebrity, yes. Prof is in Joburg, Fanele. You should be here.
It's like 4 degrees this side.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, well.
Getting out of bed was lit.
We were talking about that on the way up here. That it's so hard to get out of bed. I was commending her. I was like, well done on keeping the appointment.
Yeah, well done. We're very, very proud.
We're very, very proud.
It was a struggle, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a struggle. Like, you know better, do better. Just show up.
Nah, you did the things, and you continue doing the things.
Yeah, man. So, Fanele, tell us about your life, man.
My life, how far back should I go?
Jen, how did you end up waking up and going to set every morning?
Someone slid into my DMs.
For real.
No, for real, though.
Wait, how did this go? Do you still have this message? I feel like we need a screen grab.
I got files. I got archives. No, literally. One of the executive producers at Stained Glass DM'd me and asked me if I'm based in Johannesburg or Durban, and I stated where I was based. But I wasn't conscious of who I'm talking to. Only when they asked me, have you auditioned for Durban Gen? I'm just like, no. And then they send me your email. And I'm like, oh, I don't put email, yeah. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's about me. I'm like, yeah, she better respond now. Long story short, I got to audition, did a self-tape, and then I got a call. And then wham, bam, a year and a half later.
Hey,
that's crazy, though.
Yeah.
And funny enough,
opportunity.
I'd even bumped into I bumped into her at the audition line at work. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's still acting. Oh my God. This is before the fame. This is before the fame. So it happens I've seen her blossom out. Yeah, it takes 1,000 auditions, but let's tell them.
Yo, yeah.
It takes 1,000 self-doubt. That's what it does.
Really?
Because the auditions are not necessarily the problem. It's your perspective going into the audition, I think. For me, personally.
And those are coming out of the audition.
Yeah.
But auditions are intense, man.
Yeah.
They definitely are, because tell us through an actress's point of view.
Wow.
What's hard about an audition? The hardest one. That's my podcast.
That you literally have to sell yourself in 30 seconds. Literally in 30 seconds. From your hello. And it's actually not even sometimes even about the actual scene that you have to prepare. What is your confidence level? How do you enter the room? Are you looking down on the floor? Sometimes you feel already I've decided that I'm not getting this. So whether I come in and do it great or not, but I've decided internally, Uti, I'm not gonna get it. So it diffuses the whole purpose because she just came to tick off, but she's not wants this role.
Yeah, and also sometimes having to deal with casting directors in itself, because sometimes the director and the casting director have 2 different visions. So the casting director, a lot of the time you'll find that it tends to be white owned. So it's like Bavalela, a lot of actual black talent ngaphandle, they're over choosing pretty faces. And that's its own other dynamic when you get to an audition and it's like pretty faces only. You're like,
Well, that's not a struggle for me in terms of pretty face. That's not a struggle.
But you know,
it's not a struggle at all. Yeah, for me it was confidence.
But it's like there's a lot of disregard for talent sometimes.
For sure. Sadly, sometimes there are auditions that I've done, and I'm like, I killed that audition, and then you see the person that casted, and you're like, but no, that's not even talent. You're just wanting the booty, you know. So I guess
that happens a lot, nah. The girl or the person casted because of their looks, because somebody's like trying to snack, you know, more often than we think.
And funny enough, for me, I've never experienced that. Like nobody has been a creep instead come to my office or anything like. So I didn't even have the option of like, let me be like loose a bit to get securement. I'm like, picking that option at some point.
But you don't portray. Like, unfortunately, I've known you for a while. You don't walk around like putting out those vibes of, hey, sure. I'm an easy snack. Come try me. Oh, because you also have an RPF, you're not smiling.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, but seriously, there are times where you're pushing, they're trying to do the right way, doing auditions, preparing whatever. And then you're just like, even the right way is not working. So like, give me plan B. Our plan B never came, eh? Plan B was never like somebody creeping up with some niggas are local. So I'm just stuck here. I'm just like, okay, I'll just, I don't know, sit it out then. Good trick.
Yeah, man. So how's it like been working on one of the biggest shows in the country?
Yeah, it's been very humbling. That's the right word to use.
Humbling, how so? People like saying humbling. What do you mean by humbling?
That's the right thing to say. Hey, but
or like getting on stage and like, I'd like to thank God for the award.
You know what I mean?
It's just the right thing to say.
I think it's more validating because I haven't been crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you can dream something and you're like, hey, guys, no, but I think I can do this, And then you move from thinking and then you know that you can do this. And then you get to the point where you're like, I don't care if you guys believe I can do it or not. I trust myself enough. So it's just been like, I am the girl that I think I am,
Yeah.
That's what the role has been for me. I'm just like, I always knew it though. Like, but come on.
Yeah, that's dope though. Dope. Because it's quite a spiritual journey in that sense.
I don't think I would have gotten the job if I did not work on myself. I literally believe, even like the sliding of the DM, it was the self-work, it was like realigning with myself and just trusting all the things that I think I know I'm capable of doing, and then just being unapologetic about it. And then you hop on, and then everything receives you, But otherwise, I don't think I would have gotten it had I just waited.
Yo, Slew just entered. What it do, Slew?
Greetings to Slew.
Hi, Slew.
Okay, I can
hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah. Just go in the other room.
Yes.
Okay, I know, she guess. Hello.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It feels so cool. Do you know what's amazing about this?
What?
Like people I know from way back.
This is like a giant chapter marker.
That's the cool thing.
Damn.
That's the cool thing as well, because I felt the same way in reverse. I was like, oh my gosh, I know her.
Exactly.
She's famous now.
When you ask me to do it, I'm just like, see, look, it's me. It's really me. Like, that. Dude, if you want me to come through, I'll come through, but don't.
It just made it that much easier, It's like, I know, let me see if she's gonna be pretentious. Let me see.
Pretentious, bro. Yes. I remember when she was doing accounting.
Wow.
Fucking accounting, dog.
How far back is this?
Cause it's like there's probably like
we probably went like what, grade 11 or grade 12.
Yeah.
Grade 11, yeah.
Extra.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we made grade 11.
So
niggas
go back that far. Explain yourself.
I'll
please.
So you see what happened was.
Yes.
Fanele was so quiet. I don't know how she pivoted from accounting to acting. When she said she wanted to do acting, it was like one of those like, when, how, Sway, how?
Yeah, and she did the humble person thing with acting. Oshaba road shows because Oshaba come up at road shows, acting and things.
For years, eh?
For years.
Yeah, that was fun though. Like kids will teach you thick skin.
Yeah. Tell us about like that roadshow experience.
So it was a time when I was working in Johannesburg with a company that basically works with different companies. It was a marketing company, so we sometimes work with SAP, Standard Bank, Ponds. So depending on what the message they want to put out, we'd create a 30-minute show and then we'll hop around different high schools and primary schools and engaging with them. We were the presenters, the actors, the sound people. We would say, oh my God, we were passionate. But it was a learning curve. I mean, I did that for a good 4. You kept the spark alive for the love for acting. Yeah. And then I also got to travel. So it was quite fun. It was, tiring though.
No, I can imagine, but it's also pretty cool being in a space where you do something like that quite consistently, because like it's a lot of time to allow yourself to develop the ability to process fear of getting on stage and shit.
Sorry, Prof. You're saying, please repeat for us.
Look, it is cool having an experience like that where you're forced to constantly get onto stage and confront whatever fear or anxiety one could have from being away from stage for too long. Like you literally develop tools. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, you're audible.
Okay, cool.
It was interesting because sometimes you would like perform to an audience and the audience would just be like, I'm not about you, Shem. They will look at you and now we are Zizu, let them deliver a line, then get. So it's calling every night to like rework, remodel, I think one of the things that I also got to enjoy was getting to see the proud look on my parents' face, like my mom and Kulu and everybody else. I was just like, okay, yeah, it was worth the tears, man. It was absolutely worth it. Because you soon realize Wuti, they've been cheering for you as much as they feared Wuti, they're doing that, they're going to come through, but they've been cheering for you and they sit every time 6:30. Sibukela Zondo, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm dope.
Dr. Zondo.
I'm dope, I know. So it's been great. No Coco. Coco doesn't like my hairstyle. She'll forever humble you. She'll be like, manje bathu muhle like TV.
So what does she say when she sees you then?
No, she's just recently I had a lot of kissing scenes and a whole lot of like
no.
And I didn't watch TV the whole week. Yes, I didn't watch TV the whole week. And after him was another. I was just like, I don't do this normally, guys. You do know it's like acting. And the first time when I was on Uzal, when I had a cameo, I just said it was the computer that.
Oh wow!
Why is coming on It was deep, man. I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
How does she respond to your story? Is she able to separate the storylines from you and, like, in terms of the actions happening on screen?
You know what I have come to realize? People say I'm Zondo, like personality-wise. So they're just like, wena. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad.
But it's I think it's that goes to the cross of not understanding. I think like once you've gone through like trying to like be certain people or act certain ways, you realize with acting is just really translating the scripts through you. So you become like the thing that would connect to a USB if it was a digital thing. So you're just like reading everything through you. So it seems like it's you. It's because you're looking at it and a person.
And I'm also just that natural.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes,
I just make it look easy. You
know?
Like the most.
That's the art. Make it look easy.
I was going around in circles.
No, you must just be straight, eh?
She was just saying yes.
No. I mean, I had a storyline where I had a mother who hated me for like 2 to 3 weeks. I was crying literally in every second scene.
Sure.
And I'd never had an emotional scene.
Sure.
So when I broke cover and I cried, I was like, but I always knew though.
I could do this.
My skin broke out, but I was like, my thing is, if I'm gonna take on a role, I'm gonna feel everything that the role needs to feel. Like, I don't have a bad relationship with my mom, but the character does.
Yeah.
So you just like, if this was me, I leave all of me out and just go in.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Question.
great.
Yes.
How much do you find that within the script or like the backstory of the character
Resonates with me.
Yeah, like when you can let's say when you can mimic about like a character's emotions or whatever, how much of that is
drawn from real life?
From reading the script, or is it like every day is like a backstory and there's like weight to it, or what? Or do you just learn the words that this person is saying and what they should be feeling?
For me, beforehand, as with Fanele, when I'm still prepping, I prep her behind the story, like her history, her everything. So I bring that in every scene. So the natural reaction for the character will be based on what she's been through. I literally go through from childhood trauma. I go through like, why is she so dismissive? Why is she protective? Why is she so guarded? So I carry her story with each scene. It's not even it's not even about me. My role is to not bring anything that is Fanele related that's going to be a blockage.
Yeah.
Because, for example, the guys that they choose for you, you don't really have a romantic interest in them, but you will bring. Like, listen, I'm just like, I mean, you're not too bad looking, so
you're just sliding that inside.
Listen. I get to do things and not be accountable. So if I kiss like I'm enjoying it, let's believe I'm gonna do it wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
you know, it's the same thing.
So are you in a relationship?
Like, I'm not in a relationship.
Okay.
No,
have you had to deal with the dynamics of being in a relationship
and kissing men?
And the character on screen who's in love with somebody at the same time?
No.
That's a different.
How do you deal with that?
It's so sad though, because like most of the guys are like, I can't date someone who kisses guys.
That's like, a tricky one, eh? I know
it's
a
not.
Friend.
It
I
really
know
isn't.
a friend.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
It's a not tricky one.
Yeah. I'm like, you're not my person, then it's fine. But like, you know, but it's whatever. I feel like my right match will meet the bar.
The bar.
Yeah. Like, I need a force.
The problem is you're an educated black woman, so that basket of men is very small.
It's fine. It's not extinct.
So long as you know. I'm just telling you.
It's not extinct.
You're aware of
such
anything,
facts. You know, if anything, getting this role has made me realize I can literally get anything that I want.
Your standards can stick with where they are.
I'm like, now phone.
I don't think a guy can say what
What's your phone in Kamusabanto?
On to the next one. But guys, it is what it is. You know, guys, no man. I'm not playing small. Because I remember when I felt rejected by the industry and so on and so forth. So when it finally like opened up, I'm unapologetic about anything.
You're taking it all.
Yeah, I deserve it all.
Using the whole carcass, the bones, the skin, the teeth, and
you must feel it.
Basically.
So in terms of like your journey all the way through acting, like what is I don't know. What's your like a 5-10 year goal through this industry?
5-10 years. Ooh.
When's the movie?
I mean, it's got to be a
Well,
dream, right?
I've done like the short film vibes, but I think I want to create my own content at some point. Being someone who's fed what to say, like you see, this was a teaching opportunity that was missed. So
Yes,
if I
a
have
lot.
content control, I think there's a lot of senseful things that could be tackled. So it's
Yeah,
definitely something that I want to look into. Definitely would also like to go abroad.
yeah.
Short term, I like to do a bit of Netflix, like Nyana.
Just one movie.
Yeah, and I literally 10 years time. I think I'll be doing Izinto for choice. So it's I feel like doing that, not
Because you
so much
want to
because
do
I
it.
So
have
Mr.
to.
Shatile.
No, but no, not
Uh,
such a dealership. But I think I'd also be there's a channel that I have YouTube Journey to Self, and I think I want to broaden that, working on human journeys where you just encourage people to just be comfortable with themselves. So I'll probably move on to more NGO stuff than the glitz and glam of the supposed industry. I want positive impact. I want impact where you change a
yeah.
life
So
rather
what do
than oh
you?
my god, I took a picture and then what?
And Prof, hold your thoughts. You went to a girls' school, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she went to a girls' school, Prof.
What does that have to do with anything?
We came up with a
theory.
What is the
A
theory?
hot theory that
well,
if you want to hire women that work,
Yeah.
hire women from a Durban girls'
I was just
school.
talking about. Okay, cool. The conversation started with having a lot of anxiety around outsourcing a certain production to a lot of KZN males, right? No offense to KZN men listening, but there is.
I'm a KZN male, Prof.
Yeah, cool. Chill. Let me finish. You're the one who brought this conversation up, so me, I would have been fine not bringing it up. So
Shut the fuck up and carry on.
my conclusion was that I feel that I would hire girls who went to an all-girls school over most of the standard guys in KZN because of the fact that the girls have not been given they haven't even given the environment where they get crippled by the fact that guys are willing to offer help. So it actually sounds, yeah. So it's like they shout out to the women here. They tend to be more efficient at doing things than a lot of the men. That's what he thinks.
Guys. But anyway, she meets the criteria of the woman you'd hire. Hopefully you hire me too, Prof. Because I'm a KZN male.
Exception proves the rule, bro.
Yeah, he said it. I don't know if that still stands.
You're an asshole.
You're the one who brought this up. And I was gonna ask, like, regarding your art, because it sounds like, well, from what you're explaining, it sounds like you actually want to be able to say something through what you create. Like, what are the themes that are heavy on your heart in terms of what you feel needs to be taught through what you're creating, or what you'd like to create?
I think effective communication, if I was to just umbrella it, effective communication and progressive communication and honest communication. I grew up in a space where too many things are constantly being swept under the rug. I, for one, didn't have an opinion for the longest time. It was always, like I grew up in the church, so like
I remember your Facebook post, and I was like,
yes. And I think Osil and Oslu have always been like these flamboyant personalities. They're just like, I'm not doing that.
I flamboyant. Maybe loud.
Yeah, whatever. I said what I said. But they were very self-aware from a very early time. Whereas for me, I was like, I thought I was self-aware, but I was self-aware in terms of indoctrination. Like, so I'll do this. It's on 20. So I'll do this. It was never I want to do this or this works for me. This doesn't.
Yeah, where you get to own yourself in a sense.
Yes, and be like honest about it, and whether you get validated or not, you still stand on it. So like effective communication and being able to do the work, guys. People are just like, hey, instant, like let's microwave this, like sit through the journey, sit through the bad, sit through the good, I just want it to be honest. I see Zubuti, oh my gosh, you're gonna be a millionaire, and then what? You sit at home
And then
do
what?
You know, I like practical things.
I'm talking about Ntuli. It's nice. It's nice to see you passionate like this about working, you know.
Yeah.
Not everybody's passionate about working. You think people are passionate about their jobs, but not about working.
I personally have worked in a job I didn't like.
Oh, you're in the bank,
yeah,
man.
Banking, and I was like, "Yo, I'm blocking someone's dream." Yeah, let me.
You're blocking someone's dream. That's so funny.
No, I was calling. I was like counting every hour. I'm like, "Yo, I'm 7, I'm 4 or 5."
I know
I
this
was like,
pain.
"Nah, that cannot be my forever."
Oh man.
I just think people. Of course, like life, sometimes some people have kids very early and then they feel like they have to woman up or man up very quickly, or family responsibilities. You know, so I've been very blessed.
Which is a fair thing, though.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
exactly.
very blessed. I think I've made the choice to not have a kid early.
Not even. I don't even like. Okay. Anyways, moving on. All I'm saying is there are people who have kids early and they're still able to chase their dreams. That's not everybody's luxury, you know.
Yeah.
So there are some people just it's the with you know what, I just have to take what's there. I don't have that. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do what I want. This is the time, you know, and people perceive it as, oh, you're so selfish. People are always like, oh, your biological clock is ticking. It's okay, it's fine, let it tick. You know.
Modern medicine is on your side, Fanele.
Huh?
Modern medicine is on your side. Slowly pushing that date back. 60.
Mina, I'm the thing. I'm out of the notion with whatever will be for my life will be. There's no
like there's only so much you can control.
Thank you.
Yeah, first actually we hardly control much. If you think about it, you know.
You're dropping gems right now.
No, listen, that's why like people are like, oh, aren't you stressed you're single? Nope, I'd be stressed if I was in a toxic relationship.
Yes, you would be. You'd be dying young. You'd have cancer right now.
Toxic marriage.
I really feel, guys, like this job really made me understand what's timing and below muntu it orchestrates itself.
Yeah.
There are certain things that I definitely think if I had gone in them 5 years, they would have disappeared within a year because of certain growth and milestones and certain perspective mentally that I would have had, you know. So I probably like when the church girl in me like, I was on fire now.
You would have thrown away your whole career.
Exactly. So sometimes the things that you thought were so deep, but it's like, just relax.
Are you still part of the church? This is a love-hate relationship.
I'm my own church.
Okay.
That's what I am.
But you still have like a God perspective, or it's no longer God, it's like universe?
Yeah, it depends on the day. It depends on who I feel.
Pray in the name of Jesus.
It depends on the struggle.
Me and Jesus have had issues, hey? Me and Jesus.
How did that come though? Like the day that you like, you know what? I am done allowing this religion to control me. Like which part of it?
Because I realized I had an identity crisis. Okay. I'd always quote everybody else but myself in opinion. Like I always like, oh yeah, my wife, or for this wife, and I'm just like, yeah, but we're team. And that's another thing I realized with this industry. Like, for example, right now, you would be interviewing a textbook. I'd have all the answers. Whereas now I'm just like, hey, this is me, guys. Take it or leave it, you know? So I realized I had an identity crisis. And I'm like, something's amiss. Like, I say all these things, but I realize I don't mean them. I don't live them.
You're regurgitating stuff you've heard.
Not me. I've just been told, this is you. Yeah. Now I'm like, okay. Literally, if I decide to listen to a sermon, I take what works and what doesn't work. If I can practically implement it in my life, great. And then I can also go listen to a Buddha. Like literally, I take what works.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like Einstein has this quote where he says, "Very few people think with their own mind," and
that's very true.
Literally, and it's like, and then there's another one where somebody's like, people tend to be like an echo of whatever memes are popular on the internet. So you're not actually having conversations with people. You're having conversations with a lot of ideas of what people think they should have.
And that's another reason why I'm just like, the task of being a parent. When you have no idea what you stand for. Ooh, Shem.
Yeah, I mean,
like it's beyond what I want to be like the rich aunt vibes. It's the responsibility of.
that's even a meme.
Ideas of
A rich aunt is a meme. It's an echo
Yeah,
of a
that's a
meme.
meme.
No,
It's
guys,
not real.
like
People are not living the life
It's
to
not
become
real.
rich aunts. They're sitting at home, texting on Twitter. And here's the thing: you're showing us your life. It's not like we're trying to. You're showing us your life online. You're showing us that you're sitting at home because I guarantee you, anybody who's posting something like this is not at work right now. I equate the importance.
And also, money is not life. In terms of
no, it's not.
the people who get money are people who actually have things that give them purpose
time.
that then put in. It's like it's literally if money is the focus, you can't get it. It's like
listen, I don't chase money.
Yeah, okay, you know.
I don't chase money. One of the biggest it's not even a battle, but when people guide me in how much I should charge for things, I'm just like, yo, I gotta do that. Like I understand, like sometimes like people have
they don't
to pay
see the
for
social construct of it all, the social investment in charging cheaper sometimes.
For me, it's also like how much of an impact is this gonna do for me in terms of does it resonate with the things that I value? For me, there's so many things that probably like do pro bono because I'm just like, oh my god, I get to touch a life. Then oh my god, I'm raking in, and then like guys, money follows. Money, I deserve money. It's literally like I deserve money, so money is gonna come. But I need to make sure that I'm okay mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and then everything else just follows. Then you just pop in there, get your Nike Pro, and you're like, it is what it is. Sense of choice, really.
And then they're even starting to kill, like if you look at it, they're really killing the choices of like even just consumer goods. Because right now, like everybody's trying, but at the end of the day, either they get a Samsung or Huawei or an Apple phone. You know, so already what choices are these people making with them? You haven't really made a choice. You're just picking one of three. Like so far, like 10 years ago.
Buying a story, man.
Yeah, you buy the story, and some people tend to repeat those stories. They live those stories in their real lives, which
but
becomes
also
a
I
bit
can
dangerous.
incorporate what stories are out there, but it must be fine-tuned to the story that
you need to run it through you. You need to translate it through your body.
I need to maintain it. I maintain it. Like for me, I'm not about to start like for.
You know, the funny one was the cigarettes one. When the lockdown happened, you know, a lot of our friends and to see them systematically, slowly go to lesser and lesser brands, and then finally to unknown brands in the corner. It's like we'll show you that's how everybody's really living, bro.
Also, for me, it was also quite troubling, you know, because I'm the type of person that I can enjoy certain things. Like I love meat for days, but I can also decide to go off meat for a month or however long I feel like. I don't like the concept of anything being so consuming to a point
that it becomes your god.
It becomes
you know, and that's what got highlighted with the whole lockdown. No jwala. I was like, jwala, okay. I don't smoke, but essentially, I feel like people need to get to a point where I can literally live without anything. And then I can choose what I bring in. But they were struggling, hey?
Yeah, even from TV to like cigarettes, you know, whatever. Because now I like alcohol. I stocked up the first lockdown. 21 days, went to the liquor store, spent 1,000 rand. You know, I was sorted. But once it was over, I wasn't making it an effort to go find alcohol, you know, like that was my own way of saying, hey, you don't need this. You know, I'm not going to buy it when it's not available to buy. I will buy it at normal operating hours. And you know what happens? It finds its way to you.
Sounds like money.
Those Madivas, man. They reciprocate. They reciprocate. If you don't obsess, it reciprocates. Because also if you're too stingy, like you also need to just like release, man. Enjoy it.
That's a lesson I recently learned. I think I've been giving back in everything. Every system I take from, I find myself giving back. Like, not even like, I never understood the concept of tipping, maybe not at McDonald's and stuff, and just not in a small meal. But now I'm doing it for the sake of doing it, for the sake of, hey, give back. This goes a long way for someone else. You know?
Oh, like but you guys were busy taking shots at me the other day.
No, shut the fuck up. We're just he tipped 100 rand and we were just shocked to see a black man tip 100 rand. So we made a huge thing out of it. And we ain't sure we weren't dissing you how.
Also,
they swizzled me like
100 rand.
I think the most I gave.
How much was the bill?
It was 10%, yes, prof.
It was yes, prof. Like there was a car guard when I was heading out, and I gave him $20. You know, and usually my like, "Hi, niggas, or $2 or whatever." You know,
yeah.
We're gonna hop around a lot of stores. So my local niggas are in my lane, cool. And then the guy was literally like, "This was my best day." I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
I was nearly like, I'm not gonna give you a pack.
You almost cried.
You know? Not even, but it was also like
you saw that you made it.
Yeah, don't hold it in. There's no need. There's no need to hold it in because you leave no room to grasp even bigger things, you know. So I was just like, if it's laid in your heart to do it and you can comfortably do it, do it.
Yeah. And I guess that's the big word, laid in your heart.
Yeah.
And thank your heart for keeping you alive every day. Shit, some of you guys are not giving it any help. You got to sugar like guys. You got to sugar. I'm doing the research for you blacks since I'm inside the phone, it's under my headline. So I'm watching the hour-long lectures. I'm watching you got to sugar. That's what we need to do. It's bad for you. Like you know what tobacco did in like the 50s and the 60s when they're like, no, there's no studies that show that tobacco causes cancer. So sugar has like been doing that way before tobacco's been doing that. So tobacco stole the playbook from sugar because sugar is like, it's fats. It's not us. It's the unsaturated fats. Go look there. Yeah, well. So look at us now. A few years later, there's literally graphs showing us drinking more Coca-Cola, drinking more juice, more processed foods, and processed foods have sugar because they just add more sugar to it. So your overall sugar intake is
I think I'm blessed though because Ekaya, Ukoko, was that girl Ochalayo, Madumbe, potato, sweet potato, whatever.
Whole Foods.
You know what I mean?
No, you're lucky though. You're probably gonna live longer than all of us,
Yeah. So like I was thinking, I'm back. Okay, I got Coco. Now Coco said cookie, but we
kept the culture.
We're taking over. So naturally, I eat it if I feel like it. It's that thing of good. Nothing should be all consuming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, English. You know?
Yeah, the balance is important.
It's balance. It's all about balance.
Yeah.
Dude, I have pizza like almost every week at the same time as I'm saying no sugar. But because I'm eating all good, I can afford for that to be my poison.
And there's a huge difference when you cut things down, okay? Like your body feels light.
That's it. Especially I started the fasting now. Jesus Christ. You wake up on 30 hours of fasting and your eyes are like, let's go look for a cheetah. Let's go find something to eat.
And like way more alert. You can see all of the colors.
All of the colors, bro. Like, I didn't notice the street has yellow on top. You know?
But I remember, even like at Sondweni, I remember when I was in the drama department.
Sondweni?
Yes, with fast. Yeah, I think that's where the seed was sown.
Was planted.
Yeah, okay, planted.
In Bill.
Oh God. But essentially, Wednesdays would be our fast days.
Yeah.
Automatically, when your body withdraws from certain things, you are on high alert.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually our natural state.
Yes.
We just
like you like eating 3 meals a day.
You know what I mean? Like
it's advertising, guys.
Yes, and also you start being conscious of like, what am I listening? Because obviously you usually fast those airs way. So you like, what is my intake? What am I listening to? What am I
watching?
And then you're just like, actually, why am I not like this all the time? Because I should be picky on what I
was shouting at my girlfriend, like, dude, you're always gonna be I'm sad. You know, my housewives are like, what are they bringing to your life? There's no value besides showing you a pattern of just being an unhappy person. And being an unhappy person, because Dude, those women look unhappy to me every time I walk in the kitchen and she's watching it. Why are they always screaming and shouting?
Like, that's not life.
Full lifestyle. What are you taking into your body? Ears, eyes, mouth.
Yeah, and I guess, and all these engagements, whether it be entertainment or real life, they're all programming us.
Your brain doesn't pick for you. Your brain takes it all, and you don't notice what your brain's processing. So
I also think we know also like not so like I remember when I go on social media breaks, I never used to notice like how much time I spend on my phone till I don't have anything to do on my phone. I'm like, oh, what you Instagram now? Oh, what you? And you just like there's a constant thing that makes you like pulls you into your phone. Yes, and then you realize, oh, actually, I've got books, but I read. You know, like they lay dormant for a while because there's so many distractions. And after I go, like, especially with this career now, like you on social media, and at some point I was like, man, if I ain't posting, I'm like, I don't even take pictures that much. If I ain't posting, you know, but I try to do things
the
like
career you chose.
It's a balance. That's again, it's all a balance. Like,
so as much as I'm on Instagram and everything, but I've switched off my notifications because I remember like when the show started. When the show started kicking off, like my Instagram will be buzzing, my Facebook will be, and you'd always feel like I need to go respond.
Yeah.
Now I get in there whenever I feel like getting in there. So I try to build up mechanisms to make sure that I'm still okay mentally.
Yeah, protect your energy.
For sure.
What else do you do to protect your mental health?
I hike. I journal. I'm the affirmations girl.
Affirmations girl.
Affirmations girl. I mean, it's a thing now. But I listen to podcasts. I think I listen to a lot of different thought patterns so that I can have my own opinion and perspective on things. Sometimes I sit in silence. Sometimes it's a face mask. Sometimes it's a spa date. Sometimes I take myself out on monthly occasions.
Where do you go?
Wherever. I try new experiences. I can go horse riding. I can go to the beach. I can try out Mexican food, Italian food.
It sounds like a YouTube show.
No. I make myself an experience. I am my own experience.
A party.
And I create. Yeah. And sometimes it's literally canceling plans. And it's me saying no. That's how I maintain it. I'm just like, Antis. And I start casting. Because usually I when I start casting, I just don't. Angie. And it's also like your gut sometimes says, because you're not necessarily gonna be the greatest of company.
Yeah.
And just like, let me not waste my time.
Sometimes people invite you just for being nice.
Yeah.
And not having thought about like, because I believe in the vibe. Like when I invite people, I'm like, okay, they don't like each other. Like, why are you bringing the drama to your house? You know, there's a possibility of drama.
And I have to put on a pretense. Like, guys, I've pretended for most of my life.
Yeah, that was funny to watch.
Yeah.
That was funny to watch.
But I pretended for most of my life. So trust going forward. I'm not trying to allocate my time to people where I have to shrink who I am or just
you have to make them comfortable.
Laugh. Yes, I have to laugh at situations that I like. People at work go and socialize and do whatever.
Do you do the work functions?
I have no interest.
In the work functions?
No interest.
But like this alcohol after work, though.
I can't go buy alcohol. Yeah.
Nice. Yes. Dude, we need a dinner.
No, like for me, if I say yes, I allocate a certain amount of energy to that, and when I crash, I'm like, that's my time to go. I could literally sit for an hour there, and it's not function, but sing yes, I would see.
I sing it right.
Sing it right. Yeah.
Show face.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jen, I get to damn right.
If that's how you want to interpret it, it's fine.
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah. I think as well. Like I think we were speaking about this at the office the other day. Professor, like people sometimes don't want to invest in themselves, so they invest in society. So they're stuck by societal rules of because that's how. No, you also know that there's a side of society that I've shown up. It's me showing up is good enough as any reason, which I've taken the time out of my day to come support your family by showing up. But so also, it's and which part of society do you want to service? Because But we also need those people, you know, that guidance, because those are the people that come and slaughter the goats. So they come and do that.
They have their roles.
When are you learning? Because we are the aunts and the uncles now.
No, njengoba ngisho ukuthi yabo thina sibhizi siletha imali yokuthenga imbuzi yabo neyinkomo yabo siyayiletha leyo mali.
We're all playing our role.
We're all playing our role.
I agree, but guys, we are literally the adults.
No.
Yeah.
Sure. There's other adults.
No, sexual. Bro. And I'm thinking about, like, if something happens, God forbid, to any of the elders, it can't happen to a small family. It's in a magic score, it's in a first one, it's in a first criminal, whoever's going to come and attend the function. You know what I mean? And like my brother recently posted, guys, we need to create content where people are taught how to slaughter, how to do whatever, because otherwise that information is gone. It needs to be documented somewhere, because
I mean, it's there. I think more than anything, and
there's gonna be
I don't know. Yeah,
a YouTube video on how to slaughter.
YouTube wouldn't allow it. You have to
we have to build our own.
We have to create our own platform, our own YouTube,
our black YouTube, black
Russia, for Russia, the Russian sites will allow us.
But also just for your. For your family culture, for your family, you know what I mean? You can't say, I'm Zotela, because also those things are quite sacred. You can't just have anybody slaughtering meat. That is...
It has to be family based.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So it's more also just designing that culture that you can maintain.
A black suburb. You're going to be able to do this in a black suburb.
Yes.
Because I'm at the cleans, I'm sure because that's how we learned. It's just my dad. We don't longer. We try to avoid things now, and like, you know, it's like, shit, I have to go now.
No, meaning you're
damn it,
it's that bad.
Yeah, well, but that's how you learn as a boy, because you gravitate towards it. The boys are sitting there.
But then what about Lava? You know what I mean?
I don't think that. I think that's a minority, Fanele. I think that's a minority who truly does not have a home. I think Bangane, and even them, if we fix our home structures as blacks in terms of like making money and being able to be self-sufficient as a black nation, those people will find a way to find their way home, even if it's a new home, even if it's marrying into a home, you know. But there has to be enough examples of what happens when you have money and you don't. Like Louis Vuitton.
Are we still about marriage?
I mean, it's a pillar thing. Do you need it or not? You know, because there's a legal aspect to it. That my girlfriend made me aware of. She's literally trying to. I'm refusing. She's like trying to buy me. I'm like, no. I don't see this marriage thing. But what happens when you die and then your family comes? No. So I see like that element of it's okay, the legal, but I feel like there's alternative ways to sort that out. Both of them require you to be adults. You know, you just have to be grown up about your affairs.
I'm not anti-marriage, but at the same time, I'm anti being naive around all the possibilities that can play out. So I think it's like, for instance, like, okay, cool, you're gonna inherit your grandmother's house, and it'll be stupid to go and lose your grandmother's house to a divorce. So it's like, it's a real possibility that should you get married, you're gonna end up losing certain things. So it's like, then you'd want to protect certain things to actually keep them within the family forever. But at the same time, I think there's a very fucked up perspective around what marriage is, because you have, like, if you're gonna have kids with somebody, dude, like, it's like, okay, cool, you're building something for the kids. Anything.
That's the only time I see it, huh?
Yeah, so it's like, then why make war
for the kids?
Yeah. Like, if you have somewhere where you're going to be transferring everything that you're building to, where you both are invested in it. So then I'm like, dude, we don't need war. Even if no matter how fucked up things get, it's like, fundamentally we're still playing for the same team. So yeah, I think the amount of reality shows are ruining a lot of perspectives, man. I want to take half. Is that the goal?
Not Disney.
Yeah, is that
Disney?
And this begazelling vibe, or umuntu is not willing to work on like their, if I should say, flaws, or like is it like you can change your behavior. Like umuntu akhombisa ukuthi I'm not willing la. And you like, yeah, but
no, just do this.
Yeah.
Hayi wena fanele ukuthi nina ne strong nina fanele.
Treat me very delicately. Ngikanda, and if you can't treat me like that, I exit, because I treat myself very soft.
Yeah.
So if you are bringing hardness, life will be busy,
like it's tough enough already. Why must I come home to more?
I feel like when you still like girlfriend and boyfriend, it kind of sets the tone or the foundation for what your marriage life is going to be.
Yeah.
If umuntu has been what they've been for the past 5 years, lo and behold, a ring is not going to change that. And first, it's either by Fanele or
you have to always want to change for yourself.
Yeah, because my one's like, and then what?
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes people evolve differently.
Yeah.
And I thought.
There's a quote that says, men marry their women expecting them not to change, and then women marry their men expecting them to change.
Yes.
That is so true.
That is true. But I also think you'll forever change.
Yes, you're forever changing.
It's nice if we gravitate to the same.
If you're not changing, it's scary, man.
If we like our thought processes and perspectives keep aligning. I mean, I'm not saying let's be identical twins, but being me is still good for you to be you.
Yeah.
You know. And then there are some other people who are frustrated with just you being yourself. How are we going to do forever then? It's fine.
Man, Miss Fanele Ntuli, thank you so much for coming. Anywhere we can get a hold of you on the social? Do you want people to get a hold of you on the social?
It's up to them, really. Facebook, Fanele Ntuli. Instagram, Fanele_N. Twitter.
Why not?
Mental health reasons.
Join the conversation.
It's okay.
Thank you so much. Prof, anything to say from Joburg in the cold -4 degrees?
Yeah, my hands are frozen holding this mic. It's been awesome having you.
Oh man, Black House Talk. Can I get a Black House Talk from Joburg?
Black House Talk.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Tune in to DeeplyRooted.world, RadioDR.co.za. We're on the socials, DeeplyRooted.com, everywhere. Yeah, man. Out!
Black House Talk. Thank you for listening.
RadioDR.co.za.